You're not bad at your job. You're being ghosted by an algorithm. 98% of the world's biggest companies use AI to filter you out before a human ever sees your name. Last year, one system, Workday, processed over 1 billion applications. One algorithm, 1 billion people. And nobody asked whether it was fair until someone sued. Marcus has a degree and 10 years of experience. He applied to over 100 jobs through that same system. Rejected every single time. One rejection even hit his inbox at 1:50 a.m., just 50 minutes after he hit send. But there's something about what happened next that changes this entire conversation. I'll come back to that. To understand this wall, you need to see 3 things: how the code works, who it hurts the most, and the one move that's starting to break it. Let's go inside the black box. Let me show you exactly what happens to your resume in 2026. You hit submit. Within seconds, the ATS, that's the applicant tracking system, starts scoring you. It used to just match keywords. Now, it runs your entire career through a machine learning model trained on every successful hire the company has ever made. 222 applicants for every single opening. If you match the pattern, right school, right keywords, right career trajectory, you get ranked near the top. If you don't, you get buried. Not rejected, just deprioritized. Which, let's be honest, means the exact same thing. That number has tripled since 2021, and it jumped another 100% since ChatGPT came out. Think about that. AI makes it easy to apply, so everyone sends more resumes. Because of that, companies add more AI screening. Your odds get worse, so you apply even more. It's a loop, and the applicant is losing. Here's the number that keeps me up at night. The applicant to interview ratio in 2024? 3%. For every 100 applications you send, 3 get an interview. 3. How many applications have you sent this year? Drop the number in the comments. I want to see the real data from real people. And it gets worse. 27% of job listings on LinkedIn are ghost jobs, not real openings. Companies post them just to collect resumes, to look like they're growing, or because they've already picked someone internally. A live career survey found 93% of HR professionals admit to posting ghost jobs. You're applying to positions that don't exist, being screened by AI that doesn't care, for interviews that were never going to happen. In 2021, Harvard Business School partnered with Accenture and found something that should have broken this system wide open. 27 million Americans are hidden workers, qualified, willing, systematically excluded by automated screening. But here's the part that made me angriest. 88% of employers admit it. Their own software is throwing away qualified candidates. 90% of executives know their ATS is rejecting good people. They know. They see 500 applications, 12 candidates, and think the system is working great. Nobody asks about the other 488. And the people their systems are filtering out, they actually do better. Harvard found these hidden workers are more productive, they stay longer, and they're more innovative. Companies that hire them are 36% less likely to face talent shortages. Let me say that again. Companies know their AI rejects good people. The people it rejects actually perform better, and they keep using it. This isn't a technology problem. It's an accountability problem. If you've been ghosted after applying, I want to hear your story. What's the most ridiculous rejection experience you've had? But this is where the system goes from broken to just plain ridiculous. A journalist named Hilke Schellman, NYU professor, author of The Algorithm, actually tested these AI hiring tools with intentionally ridiculous answers. She answered every single interview question with, "I love teamwork, nothing else." Scored 71% match. These tools can't tell the difference between a qualified candidate and nonsense. And the same AI that screens Goldman Sachs applications also screens your application for a minimum wage cashier job. They're deciding who gets to put food on the table. But even if your resume is perfect, there is a hidden bias in the code that might have already disqualified you before a human even saw your name. Here is the glitch in the system. This wall is not the same height for everyone. University of Washington, 2024. They tested AI resume screening across 3 million comparisons. The AI favored white-sounding names 85% of the time. But for names that sounded black, it never picked them. Not once. That bias isn't new. Back in 2004, researchers found a white-sounding name was worth 8 extra years of experience. The AI didn't fix that. It automated it at scale. The AI doesn't see your race. It sees your zip code, your college, your graduation year. It doesn't need to see your race. The proxies do the work. And then there's the digital divide. The standard advice is use AI to fight AI. Paste the job description into ChatGPT, tailor your resume. That's real advice. It works. But 24 million Americans don't have broadband. A third of workers have low or no digital skills. The people most harmed by the AI hiring wall are the least equipped to climb over it. Think about that. We're asking a 55-year-old warehouse worker to become a prompt engineer just to apply for a stocking job. We're asking veterans to translate their military experience into office talk. All because the AI doesn't understand what an NCO or a PCS is. We're asking people who just want to work to play a game they never signed up for. If you know someone who's struggling with this, an older parent, a friend who gave up, send them this video. This is the explanation they've been looking for. But something is finally breaking. In 2023, a man named Derek Mobley, African American, over 40, disabled, filed a lawsuit against Workday. He'd applied to over 100 jobs through their system, rejected every time. One rejection came at 1:50 a.m., less than an hour after submission. The court ruled Workday could be held directly liable as an agent of every employer using it. That case is now a nationwide class action. The potential class, hundreds of millions of applicants. And here's the irony that still blows my mind. 2 weeks ago, Elon Musk, the man running an AI company, publicly apologized on X. He said, many talented people over the past few years were declined an offer or even an interview at XAI. My apologies. He's now personally going through their interview history to reach back out to people they wrongly rejected. An AI company's own hiring pipeline was filtering out good people, and nobody noticed until they lost 9 of 11 co-founders and were desperate for talent. You know what Musk did next? He banned resumes entirely for his chip team. Instead, applicants submit 3 bullet points on the hardest technical problems they've ever solved. The man building AI decided the document AI is best at analyzing isn't worth reading. If the guy building AI doesn't trust resumes, why are we building AI to screen them harder? Okay, what actually fixes this? Let's start with what you can do, and then what the system has to do. If you're job hunting right now, use AI to fight AI. Paste the job description into Claude or ChatGPT alongside your resume. Ask it to identify the gaps. If they use AI to filter you out, use AI to get through. But that only works if you have access. So here's what needs to change at the system level. First, we need total transparency. The EU just classified AI hiring tools as high risk. Starting August 2026, companies in Europe have to tell candidates when AI is involved and explain how it works. Fines up to 35 million euros or 7% of global revenue. The US, nothing. No federal law, no transparency requirement. And AI can reject your resume and nobody has to tell you why. Self-regulation isn't working. It was never tried. Second, if a job pays below a certain amount, turn the AI off. You don't need a supercomputer to hire a cashier. The screening tool costs more per application than the margins the company makes on the hire. Remember Marcus? 100 applications, rejected every time by the same system. One rejection at 1:50 a.m. His case became the first nationwide class action against an AI hiring platform. The court ruled that the company building the AI, not just the employer using it, could be held directly liable. For the first time, someone asked the question this whole industry has been avoiding. Is this fair? 514,000 Americans have stopped looking for work entirely, not because there are no jobs, because the process broke them. That number shouldn't exist. The wall is real. But for the first time, people are starting to tear it down. If this video helped you understand what's happening, subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Now you know who's blocking you from getting hired. but you still don't know why these roles are evaporating before you even apply. To understand the other half of the double squeeze, watch this next.